5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts. Waldachuk, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Detroit, coming off an Oakland win yesterday, 7-3. Oakland on an 8-game losing streak right now. Been very rough for Oakland. They're 0-7 at home. And, yeah, really just don't trust Oakland here. And I'm going to take the Tigers on the road. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -170. The Cardinals +150 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 67-86. The Padres 75-78. Pitching for the Cardinals is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 5.12. Pitching for the Padres is Matt Waldron with an ERA of 5.16. Hudson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Waldron, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. St. Louis on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a very bad Brewers series. Then the Padres, they're on a 7-game winning streak, coming off a 3-game Rockies sweep. They're playing very well. 7-1 at home against St. Louis. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to roll with the Padres at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -160. The Giants +140 with the over-under at 9. Giants coming into this matchup 76-77. The Dodgers 94-58. Pitching for the Giants is Sean Manaea with an ERA of 4.82. Pitching for the Dodgers is Caleb Ferguson with an ERA of 2.88. Manaea, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Ferguson, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Giants losing to LA yesterday, 7-2. They're on a 3-game losing streak. LA playing well. They are 6-1 in their last 7. Ferguson's only pitched about 1 inning a game here, so probably be a bullpen game. But I still think I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Miami Marlins. Brewers opening up as road favorites at -135. The Marlins +120 with the over-under at 7.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 87-66. The Marlins 79-74. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA at 3.56. Looks like for Miami, it is undecided here for Miami, so be sure to check that out when that info does get released. Burns, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 9 strikeouts. The Brewers on a 3-game winning streak, coming off 3 straight St. Louis wins. Miami coming off a Mets loss. Milwaukee 8-2 on the road against Miami. So they've been very good against Miami here. And we'll see who ends up pitching for Miami, but I think I'm going to have to lean with the Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds opening up as home favorites at -160. The Pirates +130 with the over-under at 9.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 72-81. The Reds 79-75. Pitching for the Pirates is Luis Ortiz with an ERA of 4.85. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA of 3.68. Ortiz, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Pirates on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Cubs wins. The Reds on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Twins losses. Pirates 5-2 on the road against Cincinnati, 13-4 against Cincinnati. They've been very good against the Reds here, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Pirates plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Toronto plus 125 with the over-under at 7.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 85 and 68. The Rays 94 and 60. Pitching for Toronto is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.78. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 3.61. Bassett, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Glasnow, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Toronto coming off a Yankees loss. Tampa Bay coming off an Angels win. Toronto 5-2 on the road. Been playing well on the road here. You're looking at a pretty even pitching matchup. Glasnow coming off 2 kind of bad starts on the mound, giving up 10 runs total. And I think Blue Jays are a good underdog today, and I'll take Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 110. Arizona plus 100 with the over-under at 8. Arizona coming into this matchup 81 and 72. The Yankees 77 and 76. Pitching for Arizona is Brandon Pfaadt with an ERA of 5.86. Pitching for the Yankees is Luke Weaver with an ERA of 6.77. Pfaadt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Weaver, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Arizona on a 5-game winning streak right now. They're playing well. Yankees coming off a Toronto win. Arizona is 6-2 against the Yankees. They've been very good head-to-head here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up about 3 runs. And I think I'm going to take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Atlanta Braves versus the Washington Nationals. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 240. The Nationals plus 200 with the over-under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 98 and 55. The Nationals 68 and 86. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 3.66. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 5.05. Morton, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Corbin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. The Braves coming off a Washington win, beating them yesterday 10-3. Nice win for the Braves here. 15-5 against Washington, 17-3 on the road against Washington. And I think I'm going to roll with the Braves on the road here. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 160. The Mets plus 135 with the over-under at 9. Mets coming into this matchup 71 and 82. The Phillies 84 and 69. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 4.94. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 4.45. Megill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Walker, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Mets coming off a Phillies loss. Phillies beating them 5-4 yesterday in a close one. Walker coming off some bad starts on the mound. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts here. Megill's only given up 5. I think I would take a shot with the Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at minus 115. Baltimore plus 105 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 95 and 58. The Cardinals 73 and 81. Pitching for Baltimore is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 4.17. Pitching for the Guardians is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.77. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Bieber, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Baltimore, coming off a Cleveland loss yesterday, 5-2. Not a great game for Baltimore here. Still looking at a pretty even pitching matchup, and I still think I'm going to take a shot with Baltimore plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 210. The White Sox plus 180 with the over-under at 9. Chicago coming into this matchup 58-95. Boston 75-78. Pitching for the White Sox is Touki Toussaint with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Red Sox is Chris Sale with an ERA of 4.66. Toussaint, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Sale, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 10 strikeouts. The White Sox, coming off back-to-back Washington losses. Boston, they're 2-8 in their last 10. They haven't really played that well right now. 2-9 at home. They really just aren't playing well. And I don't know. To me, they seem kind of risky as a big favorite. So I'm going to take the White Sox plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Seattle plus 110 with the over-under at 9. Seattle coming into this matchup 84-68. The Rangers 84-68. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.88. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 3.78. Miller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Dunning, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Seattle coming off 3 straight Oakland wins. Rangers coming off back-to-back Boston wins. Seattle 0-5 on the road against the Rangers. So they haven't been able to win on the road against the Rangers here. You're looking at a pretty even pitching matchup. And, Seattle just hasn't been able to win, but I still think Seattle's a good underdog. Not going to trust the stat. We'll see what happens today, but I'm going to take Seattle plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 215. The Royals plus 180 with the over-under at 8. Royals coming into this matchup 51-102. Astros 85-68. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Ragans with an ERA of 3.44. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 3.20. Ragans, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Royals coming off 3 straight Cleveland wins. Houston coming off a Baltimore win. Kansas City 1-5 on the road against Houston. So they haven't really been able to win in Houston here. And I think I'm going to take the Astros at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Minnesota Twins. Not seeing a line. Oh, never mind. Now I am. Minnesota opening up as big home favorites at minus 270. LA plus 220 with the over-under at 8. Angels coming into this matchup 69-84. The Twins 81-72. Pitching for the Angels is Davis Daniel with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 3.63. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Looks like Daniel's getting his first start for the Angels here because I don't see any info on him. Angels coming off a Tampa Bay loss. Minnesota coming off back-to-back Reds wins. I just really don't trust this Angels team. It's missing so many players. hard to trust them here, and I'm going to take the Twins at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good